Tyreek Hill spoke with the media earlier this week. He said he wants that big contract, but at the same time, don't get me traded. He asked his manager, don't get me traded from Miami. So he still wants to be here. And he even said, last year, very candid about it. And Vlad, I was wrong. I thought he was going to be the first receiver ever to get 2,000 yards. He did not get it. Tyreek Hill looks back on that now and says maybe that goal of 2,000 yards was a little bit selfish.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit selfish.
But he would have got it.
If he wouldn't have gotten hurt against Tennessee and had all that.
Maybe a
little bit selfish.
I'm on the table now, but I understand like how the season goes. Like teams prepare for, it's like they prepare to like take, me out of games. They prepare to take Waddle out of games. So there could be situations that I have good games. There could be situations where I have bad games, but let's not scratch off the 2K yet, all right? If it comes, it comes. God will bless me.
So Tyreek Hill said it was a little bit selfish. We'll hear that in a minute. But then he says it's not off the table this year.
No, that's what, he was saying it was off the table. But now this is when he was saying it was selfish. And I don't think it was selfish, though. Because, if he played that one game, he would have 2 games, he would have gotten it.
I will say for me, man, last year is last year. Obviously, it was great for me to come out and say, XYZ, I want to get 2K, you want to do this and that. That'll be great. Grand scenario, that'd be great. But I feel like at the same time, I have to understand that the position that I'm in and me being one of the leaders and just singling out, an individual goal like that, like, because I had time to go look at it, talk about it with my family. And it's like, that's very selfish of me, So here moving forward, individual goal I've been talking about this whole entire offseason with my teammates, with my family, is I would want us to, win a playoff game. I would love that. We're going to start with that. Then moving forward, like continuing to build on that, we're going to move to the Super Bowl. So it's one step at a time. Like if I'm able to, help this team, do something special as a team goal, I would definitely count that as like an individual goal as my own. And that'll feel good. That'll be something that I could live with for the rest of my life. So that'd be great.
I don't know, man. I don't think that's selfish. I think you can have your cake and eat it too with stuff like that. I do like that his main goal is to win a playoff game and go on to the Super Bowl. But at the same time, you do have to have individual goals to push you. I don't think that's a selfish thing to say, I want to try to get 2,000 yards, but I also want to win a playoff game and a Super Bowl. So you have team goals and you have individual goals. If Tyreek Hill catches 2,000 yards, that's going to help the team out because it didn't seem like it was cannibalizing that many of the other teammates on the team. You thought it was cannibalizing?
No, I just felt like he was balling and it was everybody else was balling. I think the game that bothered people where they thought that maybe he was probably focusing on the 2000 was, I guess, the game he missed against the Jets, and then Waddle went off.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, well, you got 2 great receivers, let's balance it out, something to that effect. But he understands that he's always going to get the focus on him defensively because of his speed and his talent. And if he's going to get double teamed, that's going to leave Waddle open. That's going to leave Odell, hopefully, if he's healthy, open. So that's why he's probably not going to be focusing on it. But let's be real. If he's putting up numbers and there's a chance for him to get 2,000, he's going to go after 2,000. Because you know what? Going after 2,000 will also help you when you want that bag.
Okay, yeah, I do understand that. It will help you when you want that bag. But also, if Tyreek Hill gets 2,000 yards, I don't see it as something bad for the team. I think that means your team has got the offense clicking and going well because Tyreek isn't this quote-unquote volume guy that just keeps catching dinks and dunks. He can make a big 80-yard play and get his yards that way.
Thinking dunk, you just thinking dunk it to him, and then he runs 80 yards.
Yeah.
That's why they call it thinking dunk. But what I'm saying, 2,000 yards is if he has a chance to get 2,000 yards, Kuzan, you think he's not going to do it when he wants a bag? Because you get 2,000 yards, you can ask for the type of bag you want for any amount.
Yeah, but Tyreek Hill's one of the best players on the planet. He should, whether he gets 2,000 yards or not, he is deserving of a very big contract.
Saying it just wouldn't hurt.
Well, yeah, when you're going to bargaining, you always want as many chips as you can. So, yeah, that would be, it's definitely not going to, no one's going to go in the room and be like, those 2,000 yards, I don't like it. No. But, yeah, so Tyreek Hill's not taking it off the board yet. He said it could still happen. But he says there are going to be good games and bad games. We have to remember that. But like I said, Tyreek Hill is not the 2,000 yards. Of course, you got to have some big plays to have 2,000 yards, but he's not this guy that just give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball, volume, volume, volume. He can break big plays. Therefore, he can get a lot of yards while still being able to share the wealth with some of the other guys like Jalen Waddle, who once again had another 1,000-yard season. And I do expect Jalen Waddle to have another 1,000-yard season this year. Odell Beckham Jr., Jonnu Smith. I'm good with it. I don't think it's a bad thing, really. I do not think it's a bad thing for Tyreek Hill to say, this year we'll try to go out there and get 2,000 yards again. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But if he gets close, lad, you got to start doing some targets.
You already know.
I don't blame him. Everybody does it. It's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all.
I don't believe it either. But
so Mike McDaniel heard about the 2,000-yard goal being kind of selfish and was, of course, asked about it in the media. And Mike McDaniel responded to what Tyreek Hill said.
He hasn't. If he were to express that to me, I'd probably be like, "What, dude? You're just a competitor, trying to, in his mind, in my opinion, we win a lot of games when he reaches whatever numbers is the way he looked at it. And now, as he evolves as a man, it's cool to hear that that's his viewpoint on it. I know that he's a supreme competitor and uses a lot of different motivation tools, and it's a win for the Dolphins that people are finding different ways to try in their own mind to improve themselves as human beings. And if as a leader, that's a powerful statement, regardless of whether, I promise you, his teammates aren't worried about that, but that's a cool thing to come from a leader.
All right. Mike McDaniel was all over the place on that one. Let's try to be a little more concise in what he said. Am I wrong in Vlad saying that I appreciate him being a little more self-sacrificing and growing as a man and realizing that it's about being a leader and a team player, but at the same time, we do know that he gets a lot of yards, and when he gets a lot of yards, we win.
He's basically said the same thing I just said. It's cool that he's saying that.
Yeah.
But if he has a chance of getting it, he's going to go after it.
We're going to go after it.